Belongingness relates to issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and today we'll apply these concepts to the workplace. Solving the issue of diversity doesn't guarantee an inclusive culture at your organization. Diversity is about whom you hire, but inclusiveness is about a work environment of trust and involvement. Organizations should care about diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, for several compelling reasons. First, let's think about enhanced creativity and innovation. A diverse workforce brings together individuals with unique backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences. This diversity of thought sparks creativity and fosters innovative problem solving. Diverse teams are more likely to generate a wide range of ideas, leading to better decision-making and improved outcomes. Next, DEI leads to improved decision-making and problem solving, like we just said. When organizations promote and prioritize diversity, they benefit from a variety of viewpoints, which helps in making more well-rounded and informed decisions. Diverse teams are less prone to groupthink and more likely to consider alternative perspectives, leading to better strategic planning. Another benefit is better understanding of customer needs. A diverse workforce can better understand and serve a diverse customer base. When employees come from different backgrounds, they bring a wealth of knowledge and cultural insights that enable organizations to develop products and services that resonate with a broader range of customers. This understanding can drive customer satisfaction, loyalty, and increase market share. DE&I leads to increased employee engagement and retention. Gallup has found that employee engagement elements most strongly linked to perceptions of inclusiveness are someone seems to care about me as a person and my opinions seem to count. Employees feel valued and supported when organizations prioritize equity and inclusion. When individuals from all backgrounds have an equal opportunity to contribute, they're more engaged, motivated, and productive. Inclusive environments foster a sense of belonging, leading to higher levels of employee satisfaction and increased retention rates. Organizations who care about attracting top talent in organizations that prioritize DEI create a reputation as inclusive and progressive workplaces. This reputation makes them more attractive to top talent from diverse backgrounds. People are more likely to choose organizations where they feel their contributions will be recognized and where they can work in an environment that respects and celebrates their unique identities. DEI can mitigate legal and reputational risks. In today's society, there is a growing expectation for organizations to uphold principles of fairness and inclusivity. Failure to provide DEI can result in legal consequences and damage to an organization's reputation. By actively promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion, organizations demonstrate their commitment to social responsibility and reduce the risk of legal disputes or negative public perception. Finally, embracing DE&I isn't just about business benefits. It's also a matter of social and ethical responsibility. Organizations have a role to play in creating a fair and just society. By actively working to dismantle systemic barriers, addressing biases, and providing equal opportunities for all, organizations can contribute to a more equitable and inclusive society as a whole. We see a tremendous focus on ESG in organizations lately. Environmental, social, and corporate governance is a framework designed to be embedded into an organization's strategy that considers the needs and ways in which to generate value for all organizational stakeholders. Overall, organizations that prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion stand to gain numerous advantages, including improved performance, increased innovation, stronger employee engagement, and enhanced reputation. Embracing DEI is not only the right thing to do, but it also makes good business sense in today's interconnected and diverse world. Surface-level diversity and deep-level diversity are two concepts used to understand and analyze the diversity within organizations. While both concepts relate to diversity, they focus on different aspects and have distinct implications. Here's a comparison and contrast between surface-level diversity and deep-level diversity. Surface-level diversity refers to the observable characteristics of individuals, such as age, gender, race, ethnicity, physical abilities, and other visible attributes. Basically, surface-level diversity factors deal with demographics. Deep-level diversity goes beyond the observable characteristics of people and focuses on the less visible attributes of individuals, including their values, beliefs, attitudes, personality traits, skills, experiences, and cognitive abilities. In other learning modules, we will explore the Big Five model of personality, which includes extroversion, openness to experience, conscientiousness, agreeableness, and emotional stability. This is an example of deep-level diversity. Surface-level diversity is readily apparent and can be observed and categorized without significant interaction with or knowledge of an individual. It can influence initial perceptions, stereotypes, and biases, as people tend to make assumptions based on these observable characteristics. It may impact how individuals are perceived or treated within a group, and if not managed properly, it can lead to feelings of tokenism or exclusion. Individuals may feel like they're only included to meet diversity quotas, rather than being valued for their unique contributions to their organization. Surface-level diversity alone may not have a direct impact on organizational outcomes such as performance or innovation. It's the inclusion and utilization of the diverse perspectives and talents associated with surface-level diversity that drives positive outcomes. Let's contrast surface-level diversity with deep-level diversity, which is less visible and requires more interaction, understanding, and insight to identify and appreciate. It often requires deeper engagement and knowledge of an individual's background, their experiences, and perspectives. Deep-level diversity can have a much more profound impact on group dynamics and interactions. Differences in values, beliefs, and attitudes can lead to divergent perspectives, conflicts, or enhanced creativity and innovation when managed effectively. When acknowledged and celebrated, deep-level diversity can foster a sense of belonging and inclusion. Recognizing and appreciating the diverse backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives of individuals can create a more inclusive and supportive work environment. Deep-level diversity, particularly when managed effectively, has been found to have a positive impact on organizational outcomes. Diverse perspectives, cognitive abilities, and problem-solving approaches associated with deep-level diversity can enhance decision-making, problem-solving, and innovation within teams and organizations. Managing diversity in organizations involves working to eliminate unfair discrimination. To discriminate is to simply note a difference between things, which in itself isn't necessarily a bad thing. For example, discriminating among individuals on the basis of merit is not bad. However, when we talk about unfair discrimination, we're usually referring to stereotypes about groups of people and assumptions that everyone in a group is the same. This type of discrimination can be harmful to organizations and employees. Stereotyping is a bias involving judging someone on the basis of your perception of the group to which that person belongs. According to a 2019 Good Jobs First report, 99% of Fortune 500 companies have paid settlements in at least one discrimination or sexual harassment lawsuit since 2000. This can be attributed to complacency and archaic power dynamics, but the recent response and movements such as Black Lives Matter and Me Too have prompted businesses to join the conversation about addressing negative stigmas. Discrimination is one of the primary factors that prevent equity and inclusion. Whether discrimination is overt, or covert. Recognizing diversity opportunities can lead to an effective diversity management program and ultimately to a better organization. One example of discrimination in an organization is the denial of a promotion based on an employee's gender. Let's consider a hypothetical scenario. Emily, a highly qualified and experienced employee, has been working at a company for several years. She consistently receives positive performance evaluations and has demonstrated exceptional skills and dedication to her work. There's an open position for senior leadership role within her department, and Emily decides to apply for the promotion. Despite her qualifications and track record, Emily is passed over for the promotion, and the position is instead given to a male colleague who has similar experience but less outstanding performance. Emily discovers that her male colleague was promoted based on subjective factors unrelated to their qualifications, such as personal connections or assumptions about gender roles. In this scenario, Emily experienced discrimination based on her gender. She was denied a promotion that she deserved based on objective criteria and performance solely because of her gender. This discrimination perpetuates gender disparities within the organization and hinders Emily's career advancement opportunities. It is important to note that discrimination can occur based on various factors, including race, ethnicity, age, religion, disability, sexual orientation, and more. Discrimination can manifest in different forms, such as unequal pay, exclusion from opportunities, biased treatment, harassment, or a hostile work environment. Organizations should strive to prevent and address discrimination through robust policies, training, and a commitment to fostering an inclusive and equitable workplace for all employees. Since discrimination has increasingly come under both legal scrutiny and social disapproval, experts thought that overt discrimination would eventually fade. But this hasn't happened, according to a 2023 study in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences from sociologists Lincoln Quillian and John Lee. Instead, hiring discrimination against 4 racial and ethnic minority groups remained relatively consistent over the past several decades across 6 different countries in North America and Western Europe. This illustrates why active work against discrimination is so necessary and must be a priority for organizations. We cannot expect discrimination to go away without a focused commitment and a strategic plan to stop it. And we're taking a strong step right here by learning about discrimination in more detail. Let's explore a few forms of workplace discrimination and begin with notions of sexism in the workplace. In the hiring realm, managers are influenced by gender bias when selecting candidates for certain positions. For example, research has shown that men are preferred in hiring decisions for male-dominated occupations, particularly when men are doing the hiring. So we can ask the question, does gender matter in job performance and job appraisals? Nope. Reviews of hundreds of studies on job performance suggest that there are virtually no differences between genders when it comes to performing well. However, studies in the Journal of Management and the Academy of Management Journal found that differences in pay, benefits, and rewards are strong and substantial. In fact, up to 14 times the size of performance differences. Once on the job, men and women may be offered a similar number of developmental experiences, but women are less likely to be assigned challenging positions by men, assignments that could help them achieve higher organizational positions and promotion. Moreover, men are more likely to be chosen for leadership roles, even though men and women are equally effective leaders. Despite no performance differences, in stereotypical male domains like leadership positions and in the trades, women are seen as less likable, more hostile, and less desirable as supervisors. Finally, women tend to earn less than men in the same position. A Pew Research report in March 2023 found that the gender gap in pay has remained relatively stable in the United States over the past 20 years or so. In 2022, women earned an average of 82% of what men earned, according to the Pew Research Center analysis of median hourly earnings of both full and part-time workers. These results are similar to where the pay gap stood in 2002, when women earned 80% as much as men. The U.S. Census Bureau has also analyzed the gender pay gap, though its analysis looks only at full-time workers as compared with full and part-time workers. In 2021, full-time, year-round working women earned 84% of what their male counterparts earned, on average, according to the Census Bureau's most recent analysis. Much of the gender pay gap has been explained by measurable factors such as educational attainment, occupational segregation, and work experience. The narrowing of the pay gap over the long term is attributed in large part to gains women have made in each of these dimensions. Gender biases and gender discrimination are serious issues, but there are indications that the situation is improving. Managers must be aware of these statistics and tendencies to intentionally work against them and continue to reduce the gender gap and sexism in the workplace. Let's shift to a discussion of race and ethnicity. We define race as the heritage people use to identify themselves. Typically, race is associated with biology, refers to a person's physical characteristics such as bone structure and skin, hair, or eye color. In other words, race is determined by how you look or your DNA. Ethnicity is the additional set of cultural characteristics that often overlaps with race. Ethnicity is associated with cultural factors including nationality, regional culture, ancestry, and language. In other words, ethnicity is determined based on the social and cultural groups to which you belong. Let's define a few more terms. Racism is defined by the Anti-Defamation League as the marginalization and or oppression of people of color based on a socially constructed racial hierarchy that is historically privileged white people. We distinguish individual racism, which is beliefs, attitudes, and actions of individuals that support or perpetuate racism in both conscious and unconscious ways, with institutional racism, which refers to discriminatory treatments, unfair policies, or biased practices based on race that result in inequitable outcomes for whites over people of color and extend considerably beyond prejudice. Studies show that individuals slightly favor colleagues of their own race in performance evaluation, promotion decisions, and pay raises. In addition, racial and ethnic minorities report higher levels of discrimination in the workplace. Furthermore, African Americans tend to fare worse than whites in employment decisions. Finally, some industries are less racially diverse than others. Let me give you a recent example of racism involving discriminatory practices at a major technology company. The incident involved allegations of racial bias in the treatment of employees and the development of artificial intelligence, or AI. In 2020, it was reported that an AI-powered facial recognition system developed by a prominent technology company showed racial bias and inaccuracies in its identification of individuals with darker skin tones. This raised concerns about the potential for discriminatory effects in areas such as law enforcement, surveillance, and hiring practices. The incident shed light on the broader issues of systemic bias in AI algorithms and how it can perpetuate racial disparities. The technology company faced criticism for not adequately addressing the bias during the development and testing phases of the facial recognition system. It highlighted the importance of diversity and inclusion within organizations working on AI technology, as a lack of diverse perspectives can lead to biased outcomes. This case underscores the need for businesses to be vigilant in examining their practices and technologies to ensure they do not perpetuate racial discrimination or bias. It also highlights the importance of diversity in the workplace, particularly in the technology sector, to prevent such incidents and ensure that technologies are fair and equitable for all users, regardless of their racial or ethnic backgrounds. Now let's shift to talking about ageism, which is the stereotype, how we think, prejudice, or how we feel, and discrimination, how we act, toward others or oneself based on age. The relationship between age and job performance is likely to be important during the next decade for two reasons. First, the workforce is aging. Second, U.S. legislature essentially outlaws mandatory retirement for most jobs. However, research shows that the older you get, the less likely you are to quit your job, the more likely you are to have a lower rate of avoidable absence, and the more likely you are to engage in organizational citizenship behavior. These are all really good things for organizations. Furthermore, job satisfaction increases among professionals as they age. However, that may not hold true for manual labor. What are some other benefits of more seasoned employees? First, older workers often possess extensive experience and expertise gained over years of working in their respective fields. They bring a wealth of knowledge, skills, and insights that can be invaluable to the organization. Their experience can contribute to better decision-making, problem-solving, and mentorship opportunities for younger employees. Next, there are issues of stability and reliability. Older workers tend to have a strong work ethic and a sense of professionalism. They're often highly committed and dedicated to the work, bringing a level of stability and reliability to the organization. Their dependable work habits can positively influence the work environment and set an example for other employees. They understand the importance of meeting deadlines, taking responsibility for their work, and maintaining a high level of professionalism in their interactions with colleagues, clients, and customers. This can contribute to a positive work culture and enhance the organization's reputation. Next, adaptability and flexibility. While it's a common stereotype that older workers are resistant to change, many older employees are adaptable and open to learning new skills and technologies. They can leverage their experience to navigate and embrace changes effectively. Moreover, their life experiences often provide them with a broad perspective, enabling them to bring innovative ideas and creative solutions to organizational challenges. Fourth, diverse perspectives and mentorship opportunities. Older workers can bring diverse perspectives to the workplace, enriching discussions, problem-solving, and decision-making processes. Their unique experiences and backgrounds can contribute to a more inclusive and well-rounded organizational culture, and they can serve as mentors to younger colleagues, offering guidance, support, and transferring valuable skills and knowledge. Finally, addressing demographic shifts and customer needs. As populations age in many countries, having older workers can align organizations with the changing demographics of their customer base. Older workers who are at the table can provide valuable insights into the preferences, needs, and behaviors of older consumers, allowing the organization to better serve this growing market segment. By recognizing and harnessing the benefits of older workers, organizations can create a more diverse, inclusive, and age-friendly work environment that maximizes the talents and contributions of all employees. Embracing age diversity can lead to improved productivity, innovation, employee satisfaction, and overall organizational success. To summarize, belongingness matters. Organizations can emphasize a sense of belongingness or diversity, equity, and inclusion by taking several actions. First, organizations should prioritize creating an inclusive culture where every employee feels valued, respected, and included. This can be achieved by promoting DE&I initiatives, encouraging open and respectful communication, and actively challenging one's biases and stereotypes. Leaders and managers should set the tone by demonstrating inclusive behaviors and ensuring that all employees are treated fairly and equally. Next, we want to actively involve employees in decision-making processes, team projects, and initiatives. Seek their input and ideas and provide opportunities for collaboration and contribution. When employees feel that their opinions are valued and that they have a voice in shaping the organization, they're more likely to feel a sense of belonging. Provide mentorship and support networks. Establish mentoring programs and support networks within the organization. Pairing employees with mentors or creating affinity groups can help individuals connect with others who share similar backgrounds or experiences. These networks provide support, guidance, and a sense of community, fostering a greater sense of belonging. These employee resource groups, or ERGs, are voluntary, employee-led groups that bring together individuals with shared characteristics or experiences, such as race, gender, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. Supporting and promoting ERGs within the organization creates spaces for employees to connect, share experiences, and advocate for inclusivity. ERGs can play a vital role in fostering a sense of belonging and creating a more inclusive work environment. Next, provide diversity and inclusion training. Offer training programs that raise awareness about diversity, inclusion, and unconscious biases. By providing employees with the knowledge and tools to recognize and address biases, organizations can create a more inclusive and welcoming environment. Training can also promote empathy, understanding, and effective communication across different backgrounds and perspectives. Next, recognize and celebrate diverse achievements. Acknowledge and celebrate the accomplishments and contributions of employees from all backgrounds. Recognize diversity and inclusion milestones, cultural holidays, and events that are important to different groups within the organization. These celebrations help create an inclusive environment where individuals feel valued for their unique identities. Finally, regularly solicit feedback and act on it. Create opportunities for employees to provide feedback on their experiences within the organization. Anonymous surveys, focus groups, or even one-on-one discussions can offer insights into how employees perceive the organization's inclusivity efforts and identify areas for improvement, and then act on the feedback received to demonstrate a commitment to creating a sense of belonging. Today, we've looked at surface and deep-level diversity. We've learned about discrimination and stereotyping, and explored 3 different types of discrimination: gender, race, and ethnicity, and ageism. Finally, we've explored ways that organizations can increase a sense of belongingness amongst employees. It's important to note that fostering belongingness is an ongoing process that requires consistent effort and commitment. By implementing these strategies, organizations can create an environment where employees feel valued, connected, and motivated to contribute their best work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.